Imagine your children growing up with surveillance cameras and security guards watching your every move.
This is the old convent, Ballyhonnes.
Imagine going to bed every night not knowing if an immigration officer was going to come and take you and your family away. Some people in Ireland don't have to imagine this. This is their reality.
I live in this caravan here. Now that's me, my mom and my little brother. My little brother's 6 years old, and him and my mom sleep on the same bed. It's leaking into the room, into the cupboard, and all my mom's clothes are getting wet. It's impossible because there is no space for you to do anything, you know. That's all the space. I'm 19 years old. I've been to my friend's house. Their toilets are bigger than this. I just want to tell them, like, you know, they should understand that people that are living here are human beings too. Like, you know, we all have our own dreams and ambitions, you know.
Over 4,000 people live in direct provision centers, which are usually kept separate from communities and towns.
This is Westbourne, Limerick.
This is Hatch Hall, Dublin.
This is Kinsale Road, Cork.
24 men are supposedly to be utilizing this kitchen. There are 3 people that are in this room, and I am one of them, and 3 grown-up guys with little movement. If you want to read or write something, to just sit on your bed. And when you're feeling your pain at the back because you've been writing something, and that's it, you stop.
We do have housing difficulties in this country, and there are 4,500 people living in the direct provision centres, and I do want to make them as humane, obviously, as possible, and the conditions as humane, but it is a large number of people, and 40% more are arriving at present.
Thank you.
The working group has had its remit framed extremely narrowly by the Department of Justice and the wider approach to militarising Europe's borders. As a member of the UN, Ireland has an obligation to protect people fleeing persecution or conflict. Asylum seekers must first apply for refugee status and now can simultaneously apply for subsidiary protection, which stops those that are still at great risk from being forced home. This new streamlined approach in Ireland and Europe seems good at first because it prevents people from spending too long in direct provision, but what it really means is that the government will simply carry out deportations at a faster rate.
Stop deportation. We want an end to deportation. Deportation ruins lives, and we've seen people lose their lives after being deported.
We are asking for the right to work and lead a normal life.
We want the right to study.
Please stop racism now, free asylum seekers, and give justice to the parents.
We want an end to direct provision. Direct provision has a great impact on families and children psychologically.
We want dignity and freedom and a place to call our home.
Direct provision is a toxic, shameful system of racial segregation. The system can't be reformed. It must end.
Anti-Deportation Ireland is a voluntary, national, multi-ethnic, grassroots network of activists, asylum seekers, refugees, community workers, trade unionists and academics. We have come together to campaign for these demands. ADI firmly believes that deportations legitimise force and institutionalise brutality against asylum seekers and undocumented migrants. We support asylum seekers' protests and are lobbying to end their oppression through media, public meetings, street stalls, fundraising gigs, and by building relationships with people in direct provision. To create a globalised Ireland that is humane, join us.
What we want? Freedom! What we want? Freedom! What we want? Freedom! Amanda! Amanda! Stop! Deportation! Stop! Deportation! End! Direct provision! End! Direct provision! Stop!